Gliscor, gonna be tanking the Stone Edge on the chin, ouch, that hurts. Over farm and going straight for the Earthquake, but the question is, does the opponent respect the damage? So, welcome back to the home of Shadow Pokemon. Today, we have a very spicy team from my good friend XBOSTON, a fellow Shadow enthusiast. He has got an absolutely insane collection. He has been featured on the channel before, is bringing a triple flyer strategy. All 3 Pokemon have been buffed this season, as they all have access to wing attack, and he goes on a very impressive run. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into the battles. And in game 1, we lead into the Shadow Charizard mirror. Absolutely everyone loves the newly buffed Charizard. Let's see how Boston plays this one out. He is going to take the extra wing attack. You can see his IVs on the left with a 0 attack. He is not winning CMP. The opponent goes for the Dragon Claw bait. Boston tanks it on the chin and he returns fire with the Blast Burn. The opponent puts up a shield, but they get far too greedy. Charizard makes the Dragon Claw. This will be landing as the opponent's already down 1 shield. The opponent looks to farm down and we simultaneously KO. IVs absolutely matter in this scenario. The beautiful IVs coming in clutch. The opponent brings in Swampert. This team is very weak to Swampert. The opponent looks to catch a charge move on the Cobalion, but Boston shows great discipline, switching out into Gliscor. We've still got 2 shields. The opponent goes for a Sacred Sword bait, and Boston absolutely is not falling for that. This could be a Stone Edge. Boston still hanging on to 2 shields. The opponent lands the Stone Edge. Ouch, that hurt. We're going straight for the Hail Mary. Does the opponent respect the damage? They do not. Cobalion gets absolutely wrecked. Back out comes Swampert, and we are going to start unleashing Night Slashes. The opponent isn't going to be able to farm down. They've already committed the last shield, and this game is now absolutely over. Boston is about to 2 shield flex and get us off to a very impressive 1-0 start. We now reach the Brave Bird. It's going to be hi Swampert, bye Swampert. GG's and thanks for playing. So ironically enough, when I saw this team, I did think we are ABA weak to Swampert, but what do I know as we 2 shield flex on a Shadow Swampert. Another thing that is going to give our team problems is Walrein. Charizard is the only thing that takes neutral. The other 2 are going to be getting hit for super effective. Let's see how Boston plays this one out. He tanks the Icicle Sphere on the chin. He's going to now look to overfarm. He is going to go for a Dragon Claw bait. Is the opponent going to take the bait? The opponent calls the bait, and that is absolutely brutal. The super spammy big fat Walrus already up their next move. Boston commits the shield and once again is going for a Dragon Claw bait. Does the opponent want to give up a shield? They do not. Boston is just going to look to get rid of this Walrus. This is going to be hopefully the biggest threat to our team. We do win lead, but Charizard has committed a shield and the opponent now brings in their own Charizard, and this could be a problem as Charizard has a pretty good matchup against the remainder of our team. Boston does finally force a shield with the Dragon Claw. Neither Gliscor or Staraptor particularly want to tank a Blast Burn to the face. Gliscor is the bulkier of the 2, so Boston uses it as a damage bomb. Blast Burn does massive damage and he is going to return fire with the Night Slash. We really hope the opponent lets it go, which they do. We get the boost. The opposing Charizard gets greedy, looking to farm down. Gliscor hangs on, firing off the next Night Slash. The opponent does commit a shield, but they're now super low. Boston sends in Staraptor. Staraptor is absolutely going to have to shield up the opponent. Full sends the Blast Burn. And it's Tapu Fini in the back. Boston shows great discipline, firing off 7 wing attacks. And the Brave Bird just before the Surf. Brave Bird vanquishes Tapu Fini back to his Pokeball. And we wing attack down the Charizard and pull off a very impressive win. Moving on to the next one. It's the battle of the fire flying types. The Kentucky Fried Chicken Bird of Death used to be the premier pick. However, Charizard has made it fall from grace. The opponent safe switches into Giratina. They fire off the Dragon Claw. Boston overfarms, looking to fire off the Dragon Claw. I imagine we are going to chip and dip, probably into our Gliscor. We do land the Dragon Claw, and that is exactly the play that Boston does. Gliscor or Gliscor, I don't particularly know what it's called. I think I call it both. Throughout the video, who knows, I just talk pretty much nonsense most of the time. Can tank these moves from Giratina pretty well. We can return fire with super effective Night Slashes. The opponent lets it go, so we have maintained switch advantage. Back out comes Talonflame. Boston is going to fire off one more Night Slash, fishing for the boost. Night Slash does land for some decent chip damage, and unfortunately we don't boost this time. The opponent is going to fire off the Flame Charge. Flame Charge will be taking us out. Talonflame has now boosted their attack. Boston re-enters with Charizard. We throw 1 wing attack and the Dragon Claw. You can throw 2, 4 or 7 when using 2 turn versus 5 turn for optimal fast move time, and the opponent pivots out into Obstagoon and we are in big trouble. Counter is neutral due to our normal flying typing, and holy crap, we are made of absolute paper. Boston is looking to get towards the back-to-back close combats. We do shield up the second Night Slash. Boston is now at the back-to-back. Can we survive that counter? That has gone through. We full send the close combat as we've only got nukes. Do we survive? Yes, we do. This close combat will be vanquishing Obstagoon. Get wrecked. Talonflame will be farming us down, but we still have 1 shield remaining. Charizard running out of HP. Boston safely shields up the obvious Flame Charge bait. We're now only 2 wing attacks away from the Blast Burn, and Blast Burn, even resisted, is going to be more than enough to take this game. GG's, and thanks for playing. And Boston keeps the win streak alive. Currently at 3-0, heading into battle number 4, and we see another Walrus. Let's see how Boston plays this one out. He is going to tank the first Icicle Sphere. Charizard, pretty squishy, but we do tank a neutral. Icicle Sphere, Boston again over farming. He this time goes for the Blast Burn. The last opponent showed no respect. Does this opponent respect the Blast Burn? They do not. Holy smokes, Walrein gets near 1 shot. Boston shields up the Icicle Sphere. The opponent, not wanting to get farmed down, sends out Talonflame. Boston fires off the Dragon Claw. Talonflame shields it up. Boston then throws 2 more wing attacks and the Blast Burn, this time thrown at very good timing. Blast Burn lands for big damage on Talonflame. We do get incinerated farmed all the way down, and now we enter the arena with Gliscor. Talonflame is loaded, but Boston is calling the Flame Charge, and the opponent does send the Flame Charge. They're already at the next charge move. Is Boston going to commit a shield? Yes, he is. It's just another Flame Charge, but boosted. That would probably take us out. We do commit to the wing attack farm down, and now we have residual energy. Good to go. The opponent sends back out the Walrus, hoping we blind throw. Boston, far too smart for that. Holds his energy, commits to the aggressive wing attack farm down. This Ninetales in the back. The opponent calls the bait, so this time we're full sending the Earthquake. Earthquake near 1 shots. Holy smokes. The opponent is now going to save that shield for next season as Staraptor makes a cameo appearance in this battle. Wing attack farming down for the dub. Moving on to the final battle of the video. We see Charizard into Giratina Origin. Holy smokes, a very scary Pokemon. In the Ultra League as Shadow Ball nukes pretty much everything if you haven't got a normal typing. Luckily for us, all 3 of our Pokemon have decent play here. The opponent tanks the Dragon Claw on the chin. Boston looking to call the ominous wind bait, and as I said, Shadow Ball, very scary. We get absolutely 1 shot. We are now coming in with Staraptor. Staraptor is going to tank absolutely everything unless the opponent is on Dragon Pulse. It's just a Shadow Ball. We do commit to the wing attack farm down, and Staraptor is loaded. The opponent will be putting up shields. The opponent enters the arena with the Empoleon. Empoleon isn't going to appreciate the close combat. We draw a shield with the first one. Staraptor already at close combat. Number 2, this draws the final shield, and holy smokes, it's Gliscor versus the world. Waterfall is going to be shredding Gliscor's ground typing. We shield up the Hydro Cannon. Can we land the Earthquake before they switch out? The opponent doesn't switch out. Earthquake is going to be 1 shot in Empoleon. We are down to 50% HP, but have 1 shield remaining, and that final Pokemon is Machamp. Holy smokes, Machamp, you sir are in big trouble. We can safely shield up the obvious cross chop bait. We're going to make Earthquake number 2, and Gliscor cleans up this battle in style with back-to-back nukes. Very impressively done, and a huge 5-0 from Boston. Huge shout out to Boston for the incredible showcase. A really spicy team with some glaring weaknesses. We're obviously ABA weak to water, but Boston did manage to beat numerous water types in the video. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on the channel. A link to my battle submission form is down below. I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.